everyone and welcome back. I'm Camila, interior designer and architect, and welcome to my third video of the virtual interior design course. If you have been following along, that's amazing. In our last video, we walked through how to find your individual style, and now we're going to talk about the three principles of interior design: proportion, balance, and rhythm. These are the secret ingredients to make a space feel polished, beautiful, and intentional, no matter what style you love. What are the design principles? These principles are the ones that will allow us to have a cohesive, intentional, and functional space. These principles can completely transform your designs. Proportion is all about scale. How big or how small an item is compared to another one or to the room overall. If something feels too small or too big, it probably is. So let's break it down. So start by making sure all your furniture can fit in your room. If a large sectional is in a small room, it's going to feel awkward. And also if, for example, you have a small dining table with small dining chairs in a huge dining room, it's going to feel odd too. So the key here is balance. You have to give each item enough breathing room to be functional. So let's see some rules that can help you guide while you're designing. Leave at least 14 or 8 inches between a coffee table and the front of your sofa. Allow for 36 inches between dining chairs and the wall or nearby furniture so people can comfortably get in and out. Give 3 feet of clearance behind any desk or chair that's pulled out regularly. And for walkways, maintain at least 30 to 36 inches of open space so you can have a comfortable circulation. This is about how items relate to each other. A coffee table should generally be about 2/3 the length of the sofa and slightly lower, 1 or 2 inches lower than the seat height. This keeps the look cohesive and functional. When hanging wall art or mirrors, size matters. A piece above a sofa should be roughly 2/3 the width of the sofa. If you go too small, it may feel disconnected. And if you go too big, it overwhelms the wall. Make sure you can have 6 to 8 inches of space between the artwork and the top of the furniture. For gallery walls, keep spacing consistent, about 2 or 4 inches between frames. So when you're designing a space, 2 easy rules can really help things feel balanced: the 2-3 ratio and the rule of thirds. The first one means one item should be about 2/3 the size of another one. For example, your rug being 2/3 the length of your sofa, or art being 2/3 the width of the furniture below. It will create harmony without everything being too matchy-matchy. And the rule of thirds comes from photography, and it's all about where you place things. Imagine you're dividing your space into 3 equal parts and putting key pieces like an art or decor item off center where those lines cross to make a space feel more dynamic and natural, rather than stiff or overly symmetrical. If something feels off while you're designing, trust your instincts. And also, sometimes rules are meant to be broken. So balance creates harmony. It's how visual weight is spread throughout a space. And there are some different types. Symmetrical. It's more formal, like matching bedside tables or lamps. Asymmetrical. Still feels balanced, but a little bit more organic. Radial. Think of it like a circle. Instead of balancing things side to side, like the symmetrical or asymmetrical, you're designing around a center, and the elements are placed outward in a circular pattern. And last lastly, balance with color and texture. You can think of light versus dark or soft versus hard. When something feels heavy on one side of the room, add weight to the other side of the room. You can do it visually or also physically. So rhythm is what creates flow to any room. It draws your eye through the room and it creates connection. Repetition, repeating the same element across a space. It can be the color, the shape, or the texture. Progression, gradual change in an element like the size or the color. Contrast and transitions. These are intentional breaks between materials or color that keep the eye moving. And lastly, visual movement. It's how your eye naturally travels throughout a room. The room was designed so your eye moves smoothly from one focal point to the other one. So this is how the visual movement works. For example, you're entering a living room. The first thing you see is a bold chandelier, super large with brass elements, glass. And then your eye travels and you see a super large wall art with a pop of color, vibrant colors above the sofa. And then you travel your eye again and you see a vase in the middle of the coffee table that it's vibrant, it has a super pop of color too. And then you move around and you see a large mirror. And there is where you see that the whole light will be throughout the space. And this is how the visual movement works. You start with that first thing you see and then you move on and your eye travels throughout a room. Once you start noticing these three design principles, you can just unsee them. They are everywhere. These principles are what it takes a design to be just nice to a professionally designed space. So now, what is the design principle that you love the most? You can comment below so I can read them and we can chat about it. And don't forget to subscribe so you can watch the next episode that's coming soon.